Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. Today's video is going to be my summoning session on the Enchanting Ensemble showcase, and we're also going to take a look at the sneak peek we received of the showcase which launches tonight at Reset, the Dragon Special Showcase. Now this is going to last between December 12th and December 16th, and if you watched my banner review for Enchanting Ensemble, I suggested that you wait until the last day of the showcase to summon, and that's what I've done today. This is the last day, because we'll get a preview, or we were likely to get a preview, of the next showcase as well. Now it didn't fit my predictions. This next showcase, like I said, from the 12th to the 16th, is actually of old units, and specifically 4-star and 5-star dragons will have rate up. So here we have Cerberus, then after that, Leviathan, and finally for the preview, Jeanne d'Arc. So we don't get any information about the 4 stars, but in general, this showcase looks really good for players who value their stats, the technical progression of the game, anyone who's going for high dragon trials. You're going to get a lot of stats out of Cerberus. And even if you have one copy, for instance, you can start to slowly max unbind her using your Sunlight Ores. So that's kind of how I feel about this. It's definitely not worse than a normal showcase, but it does depend on how they split up the 5-star focus rate to see how good it'll actually be. If they put the entire 2% focus rate into these 3 dragons, then it's actually quite a bit better than a normal showcase. But if they split the normal percent that was going to Wyrmprints and Adventurers and put it into off-focus Wyrmprints and Adventurers, then this won't be necessarily a better showcase than usual. But I'm probably going to want to summon on this. However, seeing this convinced me to summon on an Enchanting Ensemble, and I'll explain a little bit why. Now, the more I think about it, the thing that gives me joy, or the thing that I like to do the most in this game, is actually try out new mechanics, try out new characters, and I've been playing a lot of High Midgard Stormer the past week. I've probably made at least 100 attempts without a successful clear. So to be honest, the Cerberus on that other showcase is very tempting, but at the end of the day, what I like about this game is experimenting with new characters, reading their stories, trying out new mechanics, and I think that that's what this showcase provides. So I still recommend for most people, this is probably a skip, or should have been a skip. The energy mechanic, we don't have any idea whether it'll be supported in the future. It does seem like something that, if the Dowco theory pans out, it would make sense for her to work with energy as a musician. But in general, the 4 stars and the Wyrmprints on the showcase just aren't the greatest. But despite all of that, I was really motivated by the story of this showcase, of the Resplendent Refrain raid, and I just want to try to assemble the Harmonia choir. So I want to have a team with Elias, Pia, Vixel, and Lucretia, and just get to really test out the energy mechanic, as hopefully it's meant to be utilized. Besides that, as you can see, I have a lot of Wyrmite saved up here. I'm about to hit 30k, and if we summon 2 new adventurers or 2 new dragons, any combination of those, we can actually view their stories, and that will push us over the top. We have 25 single summon tickets and 3 10-fold vouchers, so this is enough for roughly 250 summons. And we're going to start off with our single summon tickets, so without further ado, here we go. I would ideally like, best case scenario, is going to be to get Lucretia, Pia, and Vixel, but we may have to hedge a little bit. If we summon a lot and we're not even close, then I'm going to probably settle for a 5-star to break my pity rate, because I do think that we're probably still going to get something special for the holidays, so I don't want to spend all my Wyrmite here. But here we go, our first single summon. This Wyrmite has been burning a hole in my pocket, as have these vouchers. Let's see what we can get. If we get Lucretia early, that would be awesome, because it would sort of be worth it to go for Pia and Vixel at that point. They'd be easier to get than Lucretia, of course. But, okay, we're going to get Juggernaut. That's a bit random, but I'll take a 4-star from a single summon. Juggernaut is pretty good. I do have a Nidhogg that's been unbound once, and I also have a Juggernaut that's been unbound once. So this will bump that up to twice. So that's one single summon. We're going to go up to 10 here if we don't get a 5-star. And it looks like a 3-star. 3-star Worm Prince. Aromatherapy. This is one I'll probably sell for Eldwater. It just gives burn res a 15%. Since I played during the first raid, I already have Paladin Defender, which is going to be a little bit better than this Wormprint. Actually, a lot better than this Wormprint, since it provides skill prep and more overall stats, and it's max unbound. So this is number 3. Nice, a unit. And it's a Gerota, so more Eldwater. At least getting a 3-star Wormprint, rather than a duplicate adventurer, you have the option of keeping it or getting the Eldwater. So that's our 3rd, and here is our 4th. It would be pretty crazy if we get Lucretia in single summons again. It's obviously not guaranteed that we get her at all. Even if I were to spend all this Wormite I've amassed, it's definitely not guaranteed. Nice! We got a new adventurer! Rex has been one I've been hoping for, actually. So I've really enjoyed doing these 3-star spotlight videos, and Rex is somebody I was thinking about because I have Thaniel, and Rex has Gauge Inhibitor, which Thaniel has. I also have a Wormprint with this, and I want to see if I can make this crazy ability actually do something. Plus, there's not a whole lot of Axe water units. I guess there's Pietro and Karina, but I don't have either of them. So this is definitely cool to see. Let's keep going, though. So we've done 4 so far. By the way, for those of you looking forward to my Melody Spotlight video, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer than that. Unfortunately, I experienced a hard drive failure on my desktop this past week, so I've lost some of my key files, my templates to make that. There's Secret Friend, that's on focus. Not really good. Light Skill Haste is okay, but I'm not a big fan, the more I think about it, of these elemental focused abilities, especially the ones we got this showcase. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get that out this week. I am going to try have my hard drive restored, but I'm basically caught in like an automatic repair loop. So apologies for that. Nice. Oh, another Sinnoh. Thank you for the Eldwater. Sinnoh is another one I saw a lot of you want to see a spotlight on. I'm definitely going to do one on all the characters I've summoned. I think it gives you a different perspective, that the fact that I've actually played them. I love to theorycraft as much as anyone, as you know if you've seen my videos. I love to strategize, but at the end of the day, what I like most is to actually play the characters and get a feel for them. So fortunately for Melody, I have the gameplay recorded, and it was a really exciting match. I'm really looking forward to getting that together eventually. But there's Cry of the Horn. And we're going to do about 3 more singles here. Nothing super great so far, but Rex was a pretty good pull. More Eldwater is always welcome, of course. Rodrigo. Oh, Rodrigo, I can't wait to make a video on you too. Big fan favorite right there. Now, I did promote Yuden, but since I saw some of you commenting on that, I think that that was kind of a unique circumstance, and Yuden has pretty bad stats, so I don't necessarily recommend most of you promote him for the extra player EXP ability. Alfurian Banner, nothing too great, so we're going to do one more, I believe, and we'll double check on the pity rate for Strike. So right now, my Yuden, even promoted, and with my Flame Altars at level 30 and my Sword Dojos at level 16 each, he can't survive. We broke our pity rate right there. What's it gonna be? Oh, a dragon. Oh, Garuda.
Shall I call upon the storm?
That's awesome. So how do we proceed now? We could do 10 more singles. Garuda. I really want to try her on Melody, actually, because I think that Melody, despite being a blade unit, she's so frail, and if you can just have her survive and use her first skill, that can be enough to change the tide of a battle. But this is also going to be great for Ronzel. potentially for my Eileen, and for the time being, since I haven't beaten High Midgard Stormer, I'd probably use this on my Luis or my Eleonora. This is definitely the best 5-star dragon I have, I think. My other one is Nidhogg and then the Gotcha Dragons. So now we're at an impasse. We could spin 10 more singles and try to bump up our pity rate. Or we could start doing 10 folds. I think that the logical thing is to do the singles. So we're going to go ahead and do the singles. I still want to at least get one focus 5-star off this showcase, and hopefully it's Lucretia, but I might be getting a bit greedy here. So we'll see. It would be rather disappointing to pull one of those worm prints, but no, we're going to get Wake. This is another adventure that I really wanted. I think his design is super cool, and I love the bow. That's probably my favorite weapon type in the game. So 2 attacking skills. One of them can inflict Bog, and this first ability, I'm not a huge fan of abilities like this, but Bog is pretty nice to inflict against a boss. It really slows them down and it increases your damage output to them as well. Bogged foes and bogged allies take more damage. So Wake is definitely in contention, just like Rex, to do a spotlight video in the future, once I get my template and my data restored. But pretty cool so far. Now we have another 3-star, another bow, and this time it's Joe. Already have a Joe. Gotta start working on him too, but Joe is pretty great. I am a fan of Joe. His HP is a little bit lacking as a 3-star. I do think he would be great for High Midgard Stormer once we get a flame facility or something like that. The biggest issue is ranged units actually take more damage. So instead of a damage multiplier of... Oh, we got Samuji. I already have Samuji. Basically, there's a damage multiplier of 0.8 for close range and 1 for long range. Something like that. But there's a 0.2 difference, so your ranged units, in order to survive High Midgard Stormer, need to have more health for the initial blow. And some more 3-stars. I am missing about 5 of the 3-star dragons, but I have Cinderdrake. Now I know some people have been considering whether to max unbind these, and that might not be a bad idea. To be honest, I get kind of hasty. I like to kind of thin out my collection pretty quickly and more than I need to, because you have a lot of spots in your roster for dragons, so you don't really need to part ways with them just for Eldwater. Another dragon. Okay, Hinata. Already have Hinata as well. I actually have all the light dragons except the 2 5-stars. I'm surprised we haven't seen a unicorn yet. I think we might get that if we go into 10 folds. Maybe we'll see where we're at once we spend all our tickets, or our vouchers rather. Hikage. I think I have Hikage. It doesn't say new, so looks like I do. I know I have 1 3-star Shadow Dragon, so I guess I'm missing Gloomdrake. And the Imp, the Shadow Imp. So we're gonna wait until we get down to 5 left. Paladin's Picnic, one of the cutest artworks, but this was on Focus previously. Not super great. Another case where Better Together, the free worm print from the last raid, is just better than that worm print, so Better Together also increases your strength when your HP is above 70%, and you can easily max and bind it if you play that event. And it's going to provide more stats as a 4-star, so just all around superior choice. Althemia! Nice! We're getting pretty lucky with our 3-star adventurers. I haven't counted exactly, but it feels like we've gotten a lot of new ones relative to dupes. So Althemia has full HP equals skill damage plus 25%. I think that's similar, if not identical, to the ability on Maribel. Maybe Maribel's is a little bit higher in terms of the percentage, but that's pretty strong if you can keep her at full health. If you can do a no damage run of something, she's going to be doing a lot of damage. And this makes her a contender too for a spotlight, which is cool. Okay, last couple of singles, and then we're gonna do tenfolds. Tenfolds are definitely more exciting to me. Here we're gonna get a 4-star. Kind of hoping we don't break our pity rate just yet on this or the next one. Another Trove of Knowledge. I have one of these. Sunres and Windres. And Nicholas and Xania looking very studious there. Xania is like a pumpkin farmer, though, in her story, so I didn't realize that before I made my Gotcha Math video. She was featured in that. I knew a little bit about it, but she just looks so studious on that picture. That's why I chose it. Okay. Looks like we're going to get that pity rate increase and start doing tenfolds. And Fubuki. Not a bad way to end things off. So let's see how our greed does for us. We haven't gotten any of the Harmonia Choir yet. So, not showcase info. We want to look at appearance rates. So, as you can see, we've gotten a 0.5 percentage point bump in the 5-star appearance rate. And 0.25 of that is in featured, and the other 0.25 is in normal. So, here we go. Let's do our first tenfold summon. Let's see if we're going to get a 5-star. I would love to see Pia, Vixel, and Lucretia right here. And it looks like we're only going to get a 4-star from this. 2 4-stars. Uh-oh, worm print. 2 worm prints. That's okay, at least our pity rate didn't break. Aromatherapy. Enchiridion. Homura? Do I have Homura? I don't remember. I know I have Kindling Imp and Cinder Drake. Never Melt Ice. I have Astral Imp. Night Harbinger. And kicking back is our featured Wormprint, our 4-star. Cerise looks really funny. Luca, so chiseled. I never knew on his normal artwork. That's a pretty interesting shot of him. The Halidum's Picnic. Oh, I think this is new for me. I don't remember. Zephyr Imp. We'll have to check the end. Hey, and Fireside Gathering. That's a new one. Pretty nice artwork on that. Yeah, so Zephyr Imp and Homura were new. We also get a Night Harbinger for the first time. Pretty good, but demanding. Basically, Better Together is going to be superior choice than this, if you have it. Kicking back, I do think it's got 2 pretty synergistic abilities, but I just can't help but feel that probably one with the shadows is usually better, or Lord of the Skies if you want that shadow res. Fireside Gathering, burn res and flame res, it's decent. It's a pretty specific application. And unfortunately, the burn res, I guess this gets up to 25% once upgraded, so that's actually okay. But now let's do our second tenfold summon. Hopefully this also shows you, I know a lot of people are pleased with the running gag where I get all the featured 5-stars, but hopefully this shows you a little bit more of an average summoning session and why I try to save up so much. Now this was a nice circle because of how many 4-stars we got. I'm guessing one of them is going to be Unicorn. Oh, 4-star Axe. Already forgot who's featured. It's Vixel and Pia, right? Maybe we got Pia. I thought I saw a 4-star Lance. Hope. Gloom Drake. Nice, another new dragon. Yes, we got Pia! Pia is my precious child. Reading the story about the Harmonia Choir, I have no idea why she has a lance. I will show you something very important about her though. Nice! Poliahu! That's my second 4-star water gacha dragon. I don't have any 5-stars, so this is definitely a nice pickup. Tea Time. We get another Rex. What a handful. Pretty cool to see Cerise. Not the best worm print, But I will say, Cerise is one of the characters because we know so much about her, and I want to use her with Melsa, who I would probably spend a lot for.
Show you how scary a
Karina. Wow, that was a pretty good session. Let's take a look at some of the new stuff. This is what I was going to say that's very important about Pia. Look at this. Mr. Mouse. Look at this whole separate character on her artwork. It's pretty great. A lot of characters have cats. You may have noticed that. Pia has Mr. Mouse. And I think Pia is a pretty good choice for potentially facing High Mercury. Now, I'll probably use Luis and Eleonora because I've already been building up bows for them. But I think that this energy ability, or skill rather, will be kind of good. If you consider that your whole team probably has Bog Res, and if High Mercury inflicts Bog, you're not going to have to worry about status ailments upsetting your energy level. And the cadence of the match, this could come out at a time right when you break High Mercury or something. So I actually think that's going to be pretty decent. And this is going to be a nice ability for the initial hit if there's one like there is on High Midgard Stormer. And then Energy Double Buff will work nicely because you'll probably have Lowen in your comp. Lowen's second skill buffs defense. Now Karina is another really interactive adventurer who I've been hoping to get, because her first skill increases its damage the more the more buffs the user has, which is really cool. So you can just buff Karina with things like HP regen, strength. She has this healing double buff that provides her that regen, defense. So I do think Karina's a super cool unit and a very powerful unit too. Great for Fire Imperial Onslaught. And yeah, I mean, everything else is also pretty nice. But a handfill, not the best recovery Wyrmprint if you already have Luis's hobbies, especially Max Unbound. Polyahu is nice because Polyahu can inflict freeze. It is a balanced dragon though, so not the greatest. I think that you probably want an offense or HP focused dragon in general. But Mercury is not super good, so it is better than Mercury. But here we go. We're gonna break our pity rate. We've been summoning quite a while already. Let's see if we can't break our pity rate here. That's a lot of 4 stars. Looks like we probably got another Pia, maybe another Sanoa. Man, that's a pretty good circle, considering how many 4 stars we got. We got another Juggernaut. Wow, so I'm only 1 Juggernaut away from Max Unbinding. And that is a Sanoa. Raymond. Pia. Thank you for the Eldswater Pia. Malka. Malara. So a lot of dupes this circle. Samurai Siesta. Great artwork, especially once upgraded, but not a great Wyrmprint, gameplay-wise. Kicking back. So this was actually, for such an exciting circle with that many 4 stars, not the greatest circle, to be honest, because of the number of duplicates. The only new thing was Samurai Siesta. This Juggernaut, though, I'm getting close to a Max Unbound Juggernaut, which is pretty crazy. If Juggernaut is one of the focus units on the new Dragon Special Showcase, we'll probably get there. Depending on how much I summon on that, but... Alright, we're gonna crack into the Wyrmite. It's been a while. Let's see, please. Let's get Vixel and Lucretia right here. Okay, we're gonna get a 5-star, so this will probably be our last summon. Only 1 5-star, but a good amount of 4 stars. Oh no, it's a wand. It could be Lucretia, but it could be Lily, who we already have. Oh man, it's a higher % chance that it's going to be Lucretia, but this could be my first duplicate 5-star. Whoa, okay. We're going to get Maribel. I'm glad I dodged that bullet of having a duplicate. Maribel is an awesome adventurer. She's so powerful. And we're going to get Vixel. Oh, so close to getting all the Harmonia Choir. This was a really good batch so far. we're definitely going to take a look at Maribel. Rock! You finally came home! I've been needing a strength-focused Wind Dragon for my Eleonora, for my Louise. Just in general, I've been running Midgard Stormer at like level 30. Wow, okay. Althemia. Linus. Zaze, cool. That's a new one for me. And a Wormprint. Another What a Handful. The game knows that I like Cerise. But look at this. This was actually a very good session. Maribel, huh? Save the day. And not one step closer. Super powerful skills, especially combined with skill prep, which goes up to 100%. Full HP equals skill damage plus 35. So it's actually much more than Althemia's. And the innate skill damage co-ability. Maribel can just nuke the field at the beginning of the map. She's super helpful to have in Water Imperial Onslaught, even though she doesn't have freeze res. And Vixel, of course. Vixel is an okay healer. Kind of an interesting one. That full HP equals healing. Not the thing I love to see on healers, because if you already have full HP, do you really want to be healing? I mean, maybe you want to heal your teammates. Sleep res, also kind of weird for a light unit. I will note, I thought this cured stun once upgraded. It does not cure stun. So that was a mistake in my showcase review. Still good though because it provides regen. But that does make Vixel a little bit less of an oddity. And yeah, Rock. Rock is going to give me 30% strength on my wind units. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at Maribel's 3D. Gotta say, I can't complain about this at all. I wanted Lucretia. It would have been cool to get Lucretia, but Maribel is so good. Maybe we'll get Lucretia one day. I don't think it's going to be worth it to continue and spend so much Wormite. We don't really have enough to guarantee ourselves a Lucretia, even if we spent everything. It's going to be pretty risky. And now that we have 2 wand units, I just want to fade the chance of getting a duplicate. That would be really disappointing. So I guess what we're going to have to do is wait and hope that we're able to get another energy adventurer to round out our team on the next showcase, potentially the next brand new showcase. Hopefully energy returns. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed this summoning video. Should be a good bit longer than some of my previous ones. And now you know, my luck has its limits. Not going to say this was a bad summoning session by any means, of course. We did spend a good amount of resources to get there. We did, let's see, 50, 60 summons worth. So that's a lot invested into this. But as you can see, we got 8 new adventurers there at the bottom. Pretty nice haul overall. Weapons, of course, you can see there that I'm working on my 5-star elemental bow for Luis and Eleonora. But I'm going to need Twinkling Sand. I only have 2 right now. Wormprints, let's see what Wormprints we got. 2 Kicking Back, Samurai Siesta, 2 What a Handful, 1 Trove of Knowledge, 1 Fireside Gathering, a lot of Secret Friends, a lot of 3-star Wormprints actually. And for dragons, let's look at our level 1 dragons. We actually got a lot of dragons. The new ones, of course, are Homura, Poliahu, Garuda, Rock, and Gloomdrake, I think. Oh, and Zephyrimp. So overall, this was a pretty great summoning session. I'm a little sad we don't have Lucretia to round out our theme team. But what I'm going to do is hopefully there'll be a Shadow Adventurer, maybe Daoko herself, who uses energy, and I'll put Maridi on that adventurer, so it's kind of like having the Harmonia Choir there. But like I said, thank you so much for watching. This was a pretty good summoning session overall. We didn't get our pity rate broken by a Wormprint. Definitely happy about that. Let me know how this banner went for you and whether you're planning on summoning on the Dragon Special Showcase. Because of my technology constraints right now, I probably won't do a review for that immediately like I normally do, especially since the units appear to all be old units. But I will potentially put up an infographic, and feel free to ask me in the comments if you have any questions about the value of summoning on that. I will probably summon on it, but we'll have to wait and see. I do want to get my Wormite up a bit. I've used all my vouchers now. If we get a free voucher, that would definitely be great, but it remains to be seen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next time.